Yeah, got it. Okay, good evening again.
I think we're back.
I think we're back. Give us a little thumbs up on the live stream just to let us know that we're here. I can see myself. You're joining us again. Essex lead this one 12-6. Apologies for the slight delay in start, but as I say, give us a quick thumbs up. Let us know that you can hear us. We'll bring you all the action again now. We just see Dixon driving to the hole. It's Newman who clears. Ahead to Winter. Pinnock with a great block of the rim. He's great at that. And it's Chuck Duru, Sam Tolawase going the other way. Duru just drives in, loses the handle. Tolawase gets it at the elbow. He'll go at Ethan Price and throw this one away. Matt, welcome. Well, bit of a rush start for you and I. We missed the warm-up.
We literally just said, let's just sit and enjoy watching the game. Okay, we're good. And I think similar to what we said before, Essex really good in a one-on-one, able to just break down one-on-one, get to the rim relatively easily in the early part. 12 points in 3.5 minutes.
This is Newman, who's played well for Essex all year. Long on the first three. Tolawase clears the board, flying the other way. He's going to take a few more dribbles, get inside against Ethan Price and finish. Good from Sam Tolawase.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that Coach King will be looking at, because Price is young. As a young big, is going to find that hard to go against physical front lines. So Sam T, this is the smallest lineup that Rockets run with. It's almost Sam T at the 5 and Chuck at the 4. So be interesting to see.
Tom Child throws that one away for Essex. As a turnover and stays now with Rockets. It's O'Shea and Williams running the little horn set that Rockets run. It's Dixon off the down screen.
Newman has got Tolawase.
Pinnock to the crossover, gets inside. Euro wants to drop it off to Chuck, does a little too much, and this is Newman out and running. Finds the contact from Pinnock and one. In what are your takes on that, Matt? Newman draws a lot of contact.
I think if you see that one again, or just spin that one back, the only player going into the other player is Newman, going straight through Reese's chest. I think that'd be a good one for referee assessor Trevor Pounton is with us tonight. One of the legends.
Newman makes his free throw. Pinnock beats the little press of Essex. He's got deep into the paint. The cutting Dixon finishes high off the window.
Yeah, and this is where I think Essex are really dangerous, Mark. At any time they come down the floor, they're looking for one-on-ones. Use the high post well. Price shoots relatively easily over the much smaller Chuck.
Cross court to Tolawase, he just fumbles it out of bounds, frustrated, and Rockets look a little bit disjointed offensively and still struggling very much on the defensive end, as they've allowed 17 points in the first 5 minutes here. This is Price. Tried the handoff to Gray.
Well defended by Rockets.
With Child, he'll go handoff with Winter. This is Newman, who's scoring early. Long and misses. Ethan Price with the board. They'll reset and get another 14 out of it. Winter inside, goes all the way into the rim. Tipped away by Dixon, but still with Essex. Newman this time goes to the left hand, and it's a late whistle. And Newman will go back to the line for 2.
Yeah. It's one of the tough things for this group. You've pretty much got 4 guards for Rockets, which could give them advantage down the opposite end. Had a couple of turnovers early on. You just need to settle down that end.
Newman makes another free throw. Makes his second. More pressure.
3-on-2 for Rockets.
Another turnover from the Rockets. It's Reece Pinnock who turns this one over.
Yeah.
Jordan Gray with Tom Child, and now through Ethan Price. Tries to go at Duru. Pinnock first on the floor. Great to see from Reece Pinnock. Here's Price. Drives at Dixon and takes a great charge inside. Good positioning from the Aussie Ben Dixon.
Yeah, and the scoreboard isn't on this camera, but what we'll try and do is we'll make sure that we see if we can get the scoreboard in action as well.
Just to update people, 19-10. Essex Rebels lead this one, 4:20 to go. Dixon hands off to Pinnock through Tolawese. Cross screen for Dixon, finds himself at the top of 3. He's against Jordan Gray, and this is O'Shawn-Williams against Rory Winter. Pinnock wide open, needs to get a shot at 3 on the shot clock, drives inside, throws it off the backboard, nothing doing, and that will be a shot clock violation. Rockets deep in the shot clock, don't get a good shot, Matt. What do you think is, are they turning down good shots, or are they just trying to look for something better?
I think at the moment it just looks a little bit like unsure. The effort level's right there, just a little bit unsure of on the drive who's going to go where when. So
we see some subs coming in here. Sam Grant's into the game.
Jazz Baines.
As is Jazz. It's Tolawese and Pinnock who sit down. Lee Hodges now in the game for Jordan Gray.
And those of you that are watching the live chat, what you will have, you'll see the score that comes straight from the live stats feed, so which we know the time's a little bit behind. 3:55 on the clock at the moment. And
Rockets going zone, Matt.
Yeah.
Is this because Hodges is now in the lineup for Essex?
So this is a really big lineup now. This is Essex is almost their better lineup, their bigger lineup.
Great hands from Dixon on the cross-court pass, and he'll lead the break for Rockets. Drops it off to Chuck Duru, who should lay this one in, blows the layup, and Essex out and running. And Dixon again with great hands, he's playing well defensively.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, if you wind this back, you're going to see, I think Rockets have missed about 5 shots at the rim almost by themselves. So
Dixon gets a rest. Leon Francis spells him. Better matchup for Rockets with Francis on Hodges.
And
staying with the zone, Matt.
Yeah, stay. And a good handoff in that situation.
Great left-handed pass finds Child, who does not get that one to go. Francis clears with the board. O'Shawn-Williams off and running. And he's fast when he goes north-south, gets himself all the way inside, just floats one up off the backboard, doesn't get it to go, and it will stay with Rockets.
Yeah, over 56 people joining us so far early on Saturday evening.
Got to get these numbers up.
Absolutely, the sun is shining.
Get your tellies outside.
Get your tellies outside.
Baines finds
attacks.
Francis.
And that's the size of Hodges, where just Leone can't get past him, but gets knocked off balance and can't get the finish right. So it's really important to. Interesting if you see if Sam Grant gets a couple of shots, if they can make him switch.
Winter inside to Hodges, skips to Child, who made his first one early, missed a few, and now has made this one. Tom Child buries a 3 for Essex. It's 22-10, 2:36 to go. Essex lead it. Sam Grant inside, fumbles it, should just pick it back up and finish, doesn't. Chuck this time gets it and put it in, and another one missed around the rim, Matt, but this time Chuck clears it up.
Yeah, I think it's about getting the shot selection right, isn't it? And then good cover by Sam.
Bryce pulls the trigger over Chuck, and he'll get that shot. It's kind of a 6'10", 6'2" mismatch in size.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chuck fancies one over Ethan Price, doesn't get it to go.
Okay, Mark, let's look at that. Chuck's missed 3 or 4 shots around the rim and now shoots another one off the first pass. So that doesn't allow anything to bury into that lead.
Hodges, good position down low on Francis. There's a lot of contact, not called.
Hodges nearly put referee Spearman in a roll and chewed him up.
O'Shawn gets inside, goes for the scoop, and he's fouled on the way to the rim.
As O'Shawn tries to find his...
Hodges is a very interesting...
I think he's lost his contact lens.
It might be a lens, because they spend a minute trying to find it. Yeah. That or it's rolled all
probably
the way.
on Lee Hodges' elbow.
Because we know Leon Francis, in shape, good size.
Yeah.
He looks tiny next to Hodges.
He does look absolutely tiny, yeah. I know you're a fan of big people as well.
Yeah, massive fan.
Yeah.
It's because I could only dream of ever being that size.
I've got to tell you, I think Nick Drain sent me a video of Lee when he was 15 and said, I think this kid could be quite good in the future, of him like dunking it and like moved well, and he was 6'9" at the time. He was 6'9" at the time, and I think I was looked at it and went, I don't want anyone ever to play against this guy. And he said, what a story he's had as well. I mean, he was at Ipswich, then I think he went off to Barking Abbey, I think he went, tried his hand in the pro game a bit in Europe, came back, he's been around, was at Hemel, and now back from very close to where he lives. I think he's a qualified nurse, mental health maybe nurse, or a qualified nurse as well. He's had a really, and great to see good things happening to a guy working so hard as well. So that's really good to see.
Lots of people around the league have good things to say about him, so those stories don't surprise me. Just going to catch up on scores a little bit.
Yeah.
Essex have scored a lot already, 22 in the first kind of 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, shot 7 threes as well, attempted 7 threes already.
Yeah, Ethan Price got 5, Sam Newman's got 7, Tom Child's got 6. So yeah, 3 of their starters are already racking up decent personal scores.
Yeah, and this is what we're talking about. Rockets in the first 7.5, 8 minutes are 6 for 18, and that's they haven't attempted a 3 yet, so that's all 2-point field goals. So shooting 30% from the field, it needs to go up, and that normally is the right player shooting it in the right rhythm from the right spot. So let's just see if they can change a little bit of that as they try and change gears a little bit.
While O'Shewan shoots the second of his 2 free throws, what are we saying in YouTube, Matt? Who's checked in? What are they saying?
Lee Hodges' mum, Teresa, she's on there. Then I think people are just basically saying they're quite happy for the stream to be back on.
Good.
So,
Me
as
too.
you can imagine.
This is Price.
Another Ipswich product, Ethan Price.
Winter drives baseline against the easy lay and need Leon Francis to rotate.
This is the difficult thing now for teams when they play against Essex. They've got 4 guys that will shoot the wide open 3.
Great boards from Francis.
Good
Kick
pass.
to
That's a
Dixon.
good pass.
Better look this
Feet
time.
set. Sam, great rebound by Sam
Good
Grant.
stuff from Sam
But
Grant.
the difference was that Leon throws it to the guy that's open, who shoots a wide open jumper.
Hodges now and Francis. They'll go 1-1. Great spin by Hodges, and he'll just drop that one over the front of the rim. Great spin from the big man. This is Baines now for Rockets. A bit more time on the clock. About 45 seconds to go in the game. 17 on the shot clock.
Up into Horns.
O'Shewan with a blow by and just puts it in easy.
8-point game. Transition. Rockets left. The guy open. And that's
Hot as Child on the cut. Goes to the little one-step fade and makes it. Rockets should get this one for the last possession. Shot clock off. 19 to go in the game. 28-18. Essex lead this by 10. Need a bit of time and score here from the Rockets. Under 10 now. Need to go. Baines, he'll get a nice look on the fade off the screen.
nice offense as
Buries
well.
it. Great stuff from the Rockets, who will close out the quarter with a 3. Closing the first quarter. Thank you everybody for sticking with us. Apologies for the first couple of minutes, but we are live and we're sticking around now. It's 28-21.
Yeah,
Essex lead this, and Matt, just get before you dive into my favourite section of the show. Rockets last off. It's probably the best closing quarter that we've seen in a really, really long time.
Yeah, and because timing was good, spacing was good, actions were really good, got the right guy the ball, end up with Jazz Baines wide open, feet set, and knocked one down, and had good rebound as well. I think the other shot that Ben Dixon took as well from Leome's inside-outside look, again, it just happened, then Sam Grant ends up being in the right position. You can start to predict where you're going to, and that's one of the things about Coach Keenan putting groups together that are doing what they're supposed to be doing when they're supposed to be doing it. One of the things about Essex is their perimeter offense is so potent that any one of them can shoot. And I was just looking through right now, I think they've got 4 or 5 guys have all attempted 3s already, or long 2s as well, and looking as though they're going to make them. So you have to play them honest, you have to be defensively really good. Coach Thorne, of course, is in your favourite places in the comments with Papa Principle.
You'd have to explain that one to me.
Pass, attack, pass, attack. So
Okay.
Talking about Coach Norfolk there, and I think he's done some stuff on that. And you'll see Essex always looking for pass to open, find the attack, then 2 more passes and attack again. So similar principles that most coaches will be trying to get on the floor, but really interesting with the quality of now this group here, 3 potent perimeter scorers in Winter, Newman and Child, and then in fact, I think all 5 of these, I'm not sure about Tom Child, 4 or 5 of these originally Ipswich products as well. So congratulations for them getting so many guys into the division. But really interesting, Mark, to see that if Rockets can match up against the size and the perimeter threat. And
Rockets staying with the zone.
Yeah.
Hodges clears a lot of room in there, and he'll just absolutely smash one with 2 hands off the rebound. Are the rims reinforced today? They may well need to be.
Maybe not strong enough.
Essex
and
staying with man.
all that offense that Essex got.
Baines goes step back. This one misses.
All that offense that Essex got originally was from their ability, and like this, the willingness to shoot the ball and to be dangerous.
Newman inside just lays one over the top of Ben Dixon.
Yeah, and good effort to come up with the loose ball.
This is Sam Grant, goes to his left. And
tough finish.
great finish from Sam Grant with the left hand.
Up to 70 people, over 70 on the watch, which is good.
Good
Rockets
sharing. Good sharing. That.
Yeah, Rockets in this zone going to have to do a good job on this perimeter. The good thing is, if you're in the zone, you can really pressure the perimeter because you know you've got help side in there. Yeah, great defense.
Better that from the Rockets. Short shot clock.
Good defense there, Mark.
Yeah, good stuff. And Rockets will go the other way.
They're showing
Just can't get a handle on it.
the greatest showman, nearly. Trying to do that.
Yeah, okay. Goes to the pull-up, nothing doing this time, and he's a little bit cold early.
Yeah, and I think that's he'll be frustrated as well because you've got an offense where one guy touches the ball.
Newman underneath finds Ethan Price, who buries the 3, and this is back to a 12-point ball game. 7:48 to go, 35-23. Essex lead it. A man over in the corner. Dixon will just float it, miss, get his own rebound.
But
put that one
that's
straight
the
back
difference. That's the difference having the bigs, right? Because Dixon went in and thought twice about it and just ended up a teardrop. Whereas at the moment, Essex guards are attacking the back line. So Sam Newman nearly had a dunk over the top of Dixon, who's at the back of that line there. And that can't happen the other end with Essex, with the size that Essex have got.
Tom Child takes a seat. Price thinks about another one, made his last one. He's going to pull it over the top of KB Live, back rims this one. 3 Rockets around it. O'Shea and Williams comes up with it. Right to Baines, he'll drive in. Blocking foul, stays on the floor. Newman tries to go through the passing line and
Nice finish, yeah. Nice finish. But right here,
running. Don't want to leave that guy open.
Yeah, and that's happening. That's too frequent for a team like this. You just cannot leave such high scorers open.
Dixon, lovely look inside.
Great pass.
KB Live with the absolute gimme.
Now, KB gets his hand on another one.
That was Lavinia driving, didn't get it. O'Shea kicks to the corner to Baines, tough one to handle.
And I think when Rockets find a way to get shots, they've got to stay with it. They've got to stay with that because they've shot some really good looks so far. An extra pass. KB's had some easy ones.
Yeah, when they have got the extra pass around the room, it's been good. Baines probably going the other way with that one. Jabs off Lee Hodges and shoots over him. Probably not the best shot you can take as Dixon takes another seat after that great feed inside to KV Live. 35-29, Rockers have crept back into this one. 6-point ball game, 6:22 to go.
Nearly up to 80. And this is
Ben Winter in the game now.
Yeah. Good ball pressure on the perimeter by Rockets. Got to keep him in front. Good hands by Jazz Baines. Now we've got to be good in transition.
Williams and Tolowazy, back cut this time from Jazz Baines. He likes that little back cut, doesn't get the finish. Reese tips it up to himself. KB will take that one, just denied by Hodges by the rim.
This is where they just got to be patient. That's where they just got to be patient and not shoot those little broken jump shots. Great matchup down low, Mark. You're going to love that. KV Live with Big Lee Hodges.
It's kicked, spotted by the official Ian Spearman.
See Rocket's shooting percentage creeping up now into the high 30s. Good to see.
Hodges is fouled. KB doesn't agree with that one. Both the Winters in the game for Essex, Sam Newman, Lee Hodges and Josh Moore. Just keeping everybody posted. Leon Francis is about to check back in. It's KV going out. Presume there might be, is that foul trouble or is Alan just concerned about the matchup? I missed the foul count. I'll have a little look. I think that was KV's second foul. Potentially a bit of protection from Coach Keane.
Yep.
Hodges will bury both his free throws.
I think that's his third foul, Mark.
Oh, third, sorry. My live stats hadn't quite updated yet.
Yeah.
And it's Pinnock into Tolowazy, and that's the one is he needs to drive down harder, flatten the defence a little bit, then feed him inside. He's trying to throw 15, 20-foot bounce pass.
And I don't think Coach will be playing for Tolowazy against Hodges in the block. I think he'll be playing for it outside, just a little face-up.
O'Shea and Williams dials his own number for two, and there's transition again lost.
We're talking about. Winter is wide open. Winter's wide open and could just find anyone.
Ben Winter inside. Tolowazy nearly throws it away, and it's Williams who made his last one, feeding it, and he makes another 5 quick ones from O'Shea and Williams, and this one's a 3-point ball game. 37 plays 34. 4:46 to go, and Matt.
Yeah.
Give us your coaching head. How have Rockets got themselves back in this one?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things. I think what we've seen turn up is a bit of defensive authority, right? I think we've seen the high-scoring Essex have just missed a couple of sitters, haven't they? They've missed a couple of wide-open ones down here. But let's call it as it is. I think Rockets have defended much, much better. They've got into it, they've got their hands on stuff, they've fought, they've put their bodies in lines, a couple of fouls have been where they needed to be. But more importantly, the offensive balance now of the Rockets team looks completely different. We're having less people like just stopping and looking around and shooting. Rhythm shots. Sam Tolowazy with a really great second screen, recognises his teammate's made a three, goes back, ball screens him straight away, guy goes underneath it and goes and knocks one down. And you've seen this is a game that, you know, with that sort of flow and that sort of simplicity of offense and that extra pass, Rockets team look as though they could trade with most of the teams in the division. Similarly for Essex, it'll be interesting now to see what Coach does, Coach Norfolk, because when you go with this open offense, and if you go through a phase of missing a lot of shots, you can lose confidence in it. So you need to be careful if you're running a lot of that 4 out, 1 in. I'd be interested to see if he starts to put something a little bit more structured to get a shot, maybe get something like Sam Newman or Winter coming off a down screen and getting a little bit of an advantage, or maybe get Lee Hodges, who's looked really a handful in the block already.
Yeah, the skilled play of Essex, most of them, I guess with the exception of Hodges, comfortable putting it on the floor from the perimeter. It makes them always a bit threatening, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lavinia into the game, goes step back, looked long from where I was, and Toloese skies for one. He wants another highlight from last week.
Yeah, and that's exactly where Williams was for the first two of them. And Sam T's got to go. Oh, dear.
Off and running here, and that's Josh Moore who lays that one in. Stolen away. Baines has got to go back to that one. And Essex will come up with it. Lavinia skips to Winter. Winter will go inside, and he's stuffed by Leon Francis at the rim.
Good decision.
O'Showen, bit of driving kicks.
Yeah,
got a little bit flat now.
Much more mature decisions.
These are those ones that I think we discussed a really tiny bit, didn't we, pre-game? You know, is it, you know, has Leon just hit him hard on the screen? Is he moving?
I'm just watching it now.
You might be able to see it on our own personal replay.
If I'm honest, it's hardly anything in it. But let's
and that's
see.
pretty much what we discussed pre-game.
Yeah, for the if that gets called, there's going to be a lot of those.
Hodges
Here's
down.
the difference between Hodges, where he's not playing in the post.
Inside to Moore, great cut, great drive, and he finishes. O'Showen Williams.
And Rockets need to keep this one closer. They've done well to get this back.
Yep.
And there's Toloese against Newman. Let's see, yeah, nice options. Francis, turnover, throwing it out. And he just waltzes past.
It's gone 3-point game, back to a 9-point game in a minute and a half.
And you can see the sensitivity of when if the balance of Rockets offense, if they don't get the right shot, then all of a sudden this Essex team are running it down your neck. And you can see how quickly they get out, and then you lose confidence, and O'Showen just gets wandered by at the end of the break. And unfortunately, that takes away your confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this is the funny thing, like I just said, that their skilled guard play means that any of them can run it out and even take it off the rim. It's not sat with a point guard. They're all just off and running, so they're always a threat in transition. I think, again, Rockets they sometimes have been a bit head scratchy for you and I this year, haven't they? Like, that last possession, I question it as the kind of simpleton where we're going, right, it's Toloese and Newman. I think I fancy that matchup more than I fancy Leon Francis from 14 feet against Hodges.
Yeah,
so
if you rewind that, you see it was Toloese against Newman, throws it to Leon because help comes, and then the guy digs down from the perimeter and then gets a hand on it coming back out. So I think there's some of that is, I think that you can see the tactic is a good one. You can get that post up, and if you're going to then go to the high post, you've got to be aware on the perimeter. If your guy digs down, you've got to move quickly to then make his help side really pay for it. So then it should go to Francis. You either play that one-on-one or you kick it the opposite side straight away, and you should have a wide open shot. In theory, right? In theory.
Great stuff as always, coach. And yeah, that's that is the next bit of it, right? If there's a dig down guy, where are you repositioning to? Are you cutting? Super fan favourite, Ronnie Agekwe in the game.
Yeah. So Reece Pinnock in. So 2-2-1 zone press, and immediately
fumbled away.
Immediately turned over. Great recovery block by Pinnock.
Pinnock at the rim again. Got good timing.
And I think that's the issue where we're throwing the ball on the inbounds, throwing it to Toloese. There's obviously a bit of this throwing the ball away happening.
It's Jordan Gray who throws that one away. Thought he had Josh Moore. Josh Moore had other ideas.
And it's 2-1. There should be someone straight there. Pinnock goes straight to the middle. Good. Well broken into the ball screen.
Getway on the roll. Baines. Toloese. This is better
pass.
from the Rockets.
Pinnock wants to shoot that one.
Good. I like Pinnock.
Too much on it. Good shot though.
Yep. And a good switch. Pinnock loses one. Baines gets that one away, and you can just hear
It's going to be
Toloese.
going to Ronnie, who fumbles it twice.
Gets his own
3
rebound.
times.
Oh.
4 times.
Oh. I can't keep up. And I
was
also
tiring,
can't eat
wasn't it?
very well. So I knew you were saying something about Ronnie.
I just said fumbled it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times.
Yeah. It is great to see, and I don't know if it's being picked up on the mic. Like if you hear Tolawezi on the defensive end, his voice and the way he's kind of commanding defensively, you know, I said about him having a bit of defensive swag, and he really does. He'd be the type of guy that would fill you with confidence when playing defensively with him. Like any plays Hodges, he's going to fly down the middle and absolutely throw one with the right hand. Hodges just crushes one on Ben Dixon.
Yeah, and I think that's just an overplay, and we're broke. That was just broken matchups. No one knew who had him. You could see it in transition. Just caught the end of that on the.
Bit disappointed Dixon hasn't blocked that one.
Well, I don't know why I didn't take a charge.
Must have been the protected circle thing.
If he had taken a charge, his body would be through that wall with that Tom and Jerry shape.
Hodges, so excited, he banks one in from the free throw line.
That's an adrenaline free throw.
Dixon shows to the middle. They break the pressure easily with that middle guy there, and it's a Getway with the screen with Baines. He's made a cut 1 or 2, misses that one.
Yeah,
Josh Moore pulls it down.
Another
one.
one.
On this side, it's Jordan Gray. Hodges inside goes. Little give and go with Gray and a nice finish. And this is this skilled Essex lineup. They can all do a little bit of the passing, a bit of the dribbling. Works well, Matt. Baines with a Getway. This is Dixon. He'll get himself inside. One extra pass. That's better from Rocket. So showing good look at it and buries the 3. It's now 48-37. Essex lead it by 11 with 1:39 to go in the half. Hodges with the spin again. Definitely fouled there by Tolawezi. Not cool. O'Showing the other way. Made his last one, then turned over. And this is where Rockets don't look good. Winter hands off to Gray, and that's an easy 2 again. And just as they think about getting it close, it creeps up to 13. Tolawezi now lays it the other way, and this is getting quick, and I can't keep up. Bit of slowdown here from Gray, looking for help. Finds it from Winter. He goes pick and roll with Hodges, who just pops this time. The cutting Gray fumbles it, and a Getway corrals it. It's Tolawezi to Dixon. No numbers.
Dixon against Hodges.
Goes right at him, floats one up with the right, doesn't get it.
And
easy rebound, 46 seconds to go.
Yeah, and again, that's the first shot, and it just looks too early, doesn't it? It looks as though we need some moments of just sharing the ball, getting our timing and rhythm together.
Moore inside, easy bucket. The big body of Hodges, great for a high-low.
Well,
it's going to be about
right now.
Shot clock's turned off. 17 seconds to go.
And
under 10 now. Williams is going to go off the screen and roll with Tolawezi. Finds Dixon, puts on the floor well. He'll get himself inside. Contact and 1 from Ben Dixon. Another good close to the quarter from Rockets. Better patience, better understanding of time and score. Chance to cut it to 10 before the half. No talking allowed on the floor. Dixon makes his free throw. Coach will. Discussion between coach and the table.
And
Burns a timeout.
I can tell you what happens there, Mark.
I know this one. This is one I know.
You don't know it.
I do.
What, the coaches never know anything.
I know this one.
They never know the rules.
I know this one.
Do you want the glory?
You can't say timeout on the score. If he scores, you can't do that.
Yeah. And what I was going to actually say was that you're right, but the coaches actually never know that. They're always saying, yeah, I can say timeout. You go, no, you're not allowed to do that. And it's always the table officials that sit there quietly, take the emotional coach who's doing that, and they go, actually, coach, you have to call it this way, which is just what young Kieran did then.
Is it clear that I have made this mistake and now I know the rule?
several times.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I know it. So look,
Yeah.
Coach burns a timeout, 2.6 to go.
Yeah.
I like that, you know. Why not? You got one to burn. It's a 10-point ball game, 52-42. Essex still leading this one. It's been really back and forth. Got it under 3. It's been as big as 13.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your Coach Keane here?
You want to steal, like, seriously, you're going to get a piece on this and you want to steal it. The last thing you want is them scoring on the buzzer.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some kind of run out, some kind of long pass, because they're nearly 3 seconds, 2.6 seconds, for those of you that can't see it. 2.6 seconds is on the catch, remember.
Do you extend a little bit with one of the guards, everybody else sits back?
You want to
Don't pick 'em
make
up full.
sure that Essex catch it running towards their own end line. You want to make sure that you don't want to front anything like Ronnie's doing right now,
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned.
because otherwise that happens.
There's the long one.
Broken the
Step
line,
that around,
chance
and
here.
that'll stay with the Rockets.
Yeah, 2.6 seconds to go.
No timeout.
If Rockets can get a good shot off here, a good score, you've got plenty of time on the catch, 2.6 seconds.
Sub in, Sam Grant, presumably for a bit of size and firepower.
Shooter. Bring Sam in for
Ronnie
Ronnie.
Agekwe sits.
90 people joining us.
Great stuff, live
Coach
streamers.
Ollie.
Great stuff.
Oh, it could be here.
Conaway, there's
There
the
it
little
is.
end around, the loop. Oh, didn't get it. That's the little, what did you call it? Buttonhole?
Button hook.
Button hook. Yeah, I like that one.
And they run that really well. And Sam T and Ashowan actually run that really well. I think Ashowan has got pretty much a wide open 3 for each time.
And this one closes. Bit of an interesting end, really. Timeout for Essex, and we thought they'd go the other way.
Yeah,
Line violation, and they're back under their own rim.
yeah,
Still
and
remains 52-42, though Essex lead this one at half.
Yeah, and I would say if we go by the numbers, Rockets are on for 84 and Essex on for 104, which isn't normally the way things go like this, because the coaches get a lot of chances to make changes. So I'd be really interested to see the second half changes. I think one of the things that if we're watching this back again, is Rockets will be disappointed defensively on some of the ease of Essex shots, for the sort of the ease that they managed to get to, particularly in transition. So I'm sure that Rockets, and we know that if you shoot the ball well on offense, if Rockets take good shots, you're immediately making the other team take it out of bounds, you're limiting all their transition offensive opportunities, and you're slowing them down generally. So I think, as strange as it may sound, if we see a good offensive performance by Rockets in the second half, it will really take the wind out of the sails of Essex, and they can win this game. Other way round, if we go that patch we had of a lot of broken offences right into the hands of a very good transition offensive team as well, not only in terms of their scoring athleticism, but in terms of decision making. There's a lot of very well coached young men that can all shoot the 3, will dribble drive, athletic enough to go over bigger guys as well. So really interested to see how this one unfolds, mate.
Yeah, I agree. I think if I'm Rockets, I'm positive. I'm down 10, but I started slow.
Yeah.
Missed loads around the rim, turned the ball over early. So I think they've done well to stick it out. Essex just haven't been able to break away and open it up a little bit. So looking for a great second half. Thank you everybody for joining us on the live stream. To get up to kind of 90 odd viewers is good. We need to push those numbers above 100 in the second half. No halftime show today.
Well, no, you are it.
Well, no, I'm having
What I was just thinking though, we could have Halewood on refs.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you know what I mean? Because we could have.
I think they do a good job.
You could have your We've got referee assessor here as well, so you could have. You don't know the rules, so that certainly won't get in the way.
No, it never has.
Of any important information.
It never has.
Yeah, we'll have a short break and then we'll be back in about 8 minutes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks everyone for joining us. We will see you in about 8.
Yep. Are we ready?
Welcome back. Sorry, just confirm it, we're definitely live. John Badesi Academy half-time's finished. Our social media person has done a terrible job with the teas and we still haven't received one in 15 minutes.
T Todd has failed.
Yeah, there won't be any TED Talks. It'll be
there was no hot Todd tea.
It'll be Todd practicing making tea at next half-time. 52-42, Essex lead this one. It's been a really, really enjoyable first half. It's got as close as 3. It's been as far as 13 away.
Yeah.
It's shaping up nicely for second half, right?
Yeah, I think just one thing that jumps off the stats as well is Rockets have had 11 turnovers in a half, which is a lot. But the key number off that is that Essex had, I think, 12 or 14 points from those turnovers. And in a 10-point game, it shows you need to be looking after the ball, right?
Absolutely, and thanks for covering those crucial stats, Matt. We're back to the action. Rockets now going right to left in all black with a bit of red. This is KV Live. Goes the other way to the hook, and that's a beautiful move from the youngster.
KV nods all the way back.
Gave us the head nod.
Nods his head all the way back.
Like that one.
And these are the important possessions.
This is Gray inside.
That individual one-on-one defence is a killer nowadays, isn't it, Mark? Against such good athletes. Price answering with the 3, just rims out. Pinnock is flying down the wing. Finds Tolawase. You nearly missed that, Mark, but Tolawase, I don't know why he didn't dunk it, really.
If you caught the one Wednesday night.
Yeah, he's still sore.
He got one Wednesday night. Rockets cut it to 6 in the first few possessions.
I'm going to say Pinnock is one of the best defenders in that handoff. This is terrific defence, Mark. Terrific defence.
Great D by Pinnock. Rory Winter gets one to go, so I guess equally good offence. Dixon into Tolawase, tried to shovel it to KV, didn't get it. I will be surprised if Tolawase gives it up, he does.
And right there, that's just Essex steal it, and they just run out and find a guy wide open.
Price pulls the trigger early and misses.
Yeah, Coach Mick Bet sees the triple post.
Dixon behind the back to KV Live. He's just edged out with the hit by Ethan Price, and he'll go to line and shoot 2. Back to you, Matt, on the comments section.
Yeah, Coach Bet saying, I think he just saw Rockets coming out with this sort of like triple post offense stuff, which ended up with KV on the 1-on-1. And again, really well worked. Catch inside by Reese. Fine by KV, who goes to that little jump hook that he's been working on. Deserves to get that roll as well.
KV Live recently followed me on Instagram, so I presume this will be the reason for good play in the second half.
Yeah, that's just my thoughts, yeah. And
Makes 2. Young man's having a nice start to the second half.
Yeah, and we've talked about KV's journey, and I tell you, one of the things is positivity non-stop.
Price driving in, there's plenty of boys that fouls on.
And that's 13. Ethan Price. It's tough to play against, right? 6'10", comes at you going downhill with 4 shooters spacing the floor out. You've got to guard him by yourself. That's a tough one. I think that'll be KV's fault.
Harrison Gamble.
To be fair, Price is a lot better than Harrison was at the same age. He's much more...
I think there's some more tools, aren't there?
Yeah, but I watched Ethan Price about a year ago, I think it was, for the academy when they were really depleted, and he was just such a handful. He was making threes, handing the ball in transition, going off pick and rolls, setting pick and rolls, posting up. Yeah, really good to see. He's got a big career ahead of him.
I have really liked watching him. If I'm being objective as possible, my one thought on him is, can he defend and like rebound his position at a high level?
Yeah.
It's always been my question.
Yes.
And I don't know the answer because I haven't watched enough.
It doesn't matter if you score 40.
Always been my question. Wow. Great point. Dixon played well by Child, who sits down defensively. Tolawase, nobody guarding him, uses that pivot straight through. It's Pinnock skying for a rebound. Will the Rockets reset this one? They do, which is a better use of time and space here from Rockets, and it's Dixon going at Charles. It's Sam Grant on the left. He should get down the middle and slam it down. Sammy Grant through the middle.
Sam, another expression, he drops the hammer. I don't think he actually dropped the hammer.
Good take from Dixon, and it's the other way.
Foul.
I was about to say, if you're dropping the hammer, you've got to have much more weight than Sam Grant has. But you can't drop the hammer unless you're heavier.
I'm not entirely sure what hammer has ever been dropped. And is that a good thing?
Defo.
Okay.
Defo.
Because for me, dropping the hammer could be dangerous for your toes.
Oh, stop.
I'm just saying.
God, as long as it doesn't go to any more analogies, move on.
Yeah. Game of two halves.
It's 55-50. Essex lead this one.
Jason Tucker saying, big move, bro. You're absolutely right, Jace.
This is O'Shawn Williams getting inside. He's pushed along the way by Jordan Gray.
Oh, a little bit of afters.
Jordan Gray thought he was playing him well.
Yeah, and
O'Shawn Williams goes to the line for two.
yeah, KV unfortunate to get his fourth foul, that mark actually early on. Rockets have.
Yep, agree. So back rims the second one. Tom Charles clears. Good switch between Pinnock
Look
and
at the
Williams.
intensity now in the perimeter defence around O'Shawn. And it just makes a difference, right? It makes a difference when your lead player digs down and really disrupts the tone and the pace of the offence.
Better kind of feel of motion. It's Dixon off the little curl, and he buries one for three.
Timeout as well.
Of course, Coach Norfolk into a timeout. 1 point ball game, 6:43 to go. So Matt, Rockets come storming out in the third quarter.
And Mick Bett, his referee, compliments the referee saying, great call on the charge. Did not know Brit refs had that in their locker. Mick, I think you'll find if you get on any of the socials at the moment, the discussion between yourself and Steve Bucknell that's doing the rounds in the cup final is going around every coaching group. It is wonderful. And
I totally forgot. I didn't put
and my
together for a
friend
second.
Mark Halewood sat next to me is absolutely loving every second of how you dealt with the player and the emotion.
There's
and
no
everything
way
else.
that language made it onto the
If
beat.
you haven't seen it, there's 92 of you on here.
Yeah.
Get on your social platforms. I think it's BBL Fix. Get on it and have a look at Coach Mick
It's on
Bett.
Hooper's Voice, I think it is.
The Hooper's Voice.
Yeah.
Coach Mick Bett is dealing with Steve Bucknell, current head of talent, as a player who's
UNC LA Laker,
and tells him basically to
get back in your box.
Get back in your box.
I was going to say, there's no way they aired that language on the Beeb. I don't know how they've got hold of that clip, but it didn't go out on the Beeb. No way.
Yeah, but it is. It's great. So
amazing.
Thomas needs to play like this all the time. Says LeVar Ball. I'm not sure if that's the actual LeVar Ball. Good defensive scout. Nailed it.
Lee Hodges back in.
Interesting, Mark, because if Tolawese leaves Hodges alone there, you allow him to be the passer. But what he isn't then is killing you in the block. So good off the scout that. Rockets need to keep going with
Tolawese. Screen, rescreen, they'll get quite low. Sam Grant, feeling it.
Good looking shot.
That is a good looking shot. I'll be comfortable with that one.
And this is better matchup there. Dixon gets to home quickly. Tolawese now is going to run all the way around the outside. Hodges tiptoes through the tulips and comes up on the baseline. Essex ball. I thought I'd use a flower reference for Lee Hodges.
That's outrageous. There's the little screen for the inbounder. Hodges will just tip that one up and in.
That's annoying, isn't it? So long. Oh, to be 7 foot. I never did that ever in my entire career, just tapped it in like that.
Sam Grant and Ethan Price, that's a good matchup. Dixon will go by Hodges and he'll lay that one up and in.
I'm going to tell you, if you're Lee Hodges, he gets absolutely bashed around, and all bigs do, gets absolutely bashed around, and whenever you touch anyone, because you're so big, you cause so much contact. It must be so frustrating.
Surprised Dixon hasn't tried to return the favour of dunking on Lee Hodges on that drive. He hasn't, but
I think that's what it is, in his thoughts.
Could have done. Ben Dixon makes it, and we are tied here at John Malaysia Academy for the first time since never.
And Teresa, yeah, you're absolutely right. That is the flower reference. Lee, your son, is not often referred to as a tiptoeing through the tulips, but here on the live stream, the stream team do things somewhat differently.
I should also note here that there's not a producer today in Matt's ear telling him to stop talking, so you're going to hear more random references.
Yeah, no, that is true. We're up to 95 on the
stream. Come on, people.
I'm going to say as well, Mark, Ben Dixon having a much better offensive performance.
Brilliant. Yeah, good game all around. Actually, he's been good defensively too. This is Winter. Yeah. He's long on the 3. Sam Grant needs to pull it. It goes the other way last off.
That's
Ethan
a good
Price.
matchup as well. I want that matchup to be a good one as well. Sam against Ethan, similar age, both big, long, athletic, skilled wings, skilled bigs. Now you've got Hodges, he's chasing Sam.
Hennick will get all the way in.
Yeah, there you go. And why is that, Mark? Why is that? Because Hodges is now defending Sam Grant, who's a shooter.
Child through the middle, lots of hands, and that will be on Holloway's, or at least he's asking for it, and he gets it.
Got to do individually. Got to do a really good job in these one-on-ones now. Rockets are up, Mark.
I did mention it. You just can't hear me. That's the problem.
No, I did. I just wasn't listening.
Oh, right.
And as a child who's a really well put together basketball player, isn't he? Really good defender, strong, good shooter, good leader. Really positive around his teammates as well. Trap coming on O'Showen.
Back to the
See
press.
if Rockets have got an answer for this.
Hennick down lane, tries to drop it off to Sam. It hits him on the knee and pops out.
Yeah, and that's where we've got to be really good now. Rockets have got to be really good in these moments.
Winter tries to drop it off to Hodges. Like, get it. Child will get this one.
Just got to get these. Oh, Dixon thinking about blocking him again.
Essex back in the lead, 61-59. Sam thought about it. Gets inside, running left-hander, and gets that one to go. Nice again from Sam Grant, who seems to have got a little bit of his mojo back from Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a really important time to start. If we can keep this perimeter quiet, Tolawase is absolutely 17 foot smaller. Good defense, great rebound by Sammy G there as well, Mark.
Can push it, they've got numbers,
and now
Rockets.
Now you've got the
Dropped
pace.
it off to Dixon and lays it in. Rockets out and running.
Yeah, and now Sam needs to get to the line of the ball, so does Ben Dixon. Can't be open behind the screener. Good coverage. So you can see the broken coverage there. Newman,
but doesn't get anything. Gets Ethan Price out the other way,
Dixon
and he will
thinking about another block.
Lay it in with the easy two-hander.
But let's have a look at that, Mark. You've got another situation where we've got 3 defensive stops in a row, and then we've got 2 poor endings. That's the key. That's the maturity of this group. The next step for them getting into the playoffs is finding the time when you're in a good flow, when you're getting stops and making sure.
Pinnock with the steal. He'll dial one up and get stuck at the rim, and Sam Grant will help him out on the follow.
There's nothing worse for the opposition coach if you miss a dunk and someone else goes and grabs it and dunks it. And just as we said that, there's 100 viewers on.
There we go. That's better. Hodges inside, and it's a call of a block. A little bit late. I don't want to say officials waiting to see if that one goes in.
Well, yeah, LeVar Ball just said Essex timeout coming.
They're only down 2 though. It's 65, 63.
But they were up 10, right? They were up 10 7 minutes ago.
I think it's
So it's a 13-point swing.
Different game now, though, isn't it?
And I think you'll probably see that we've already had one timeout, so he's not going to burn another one now unless it gets to about 8 or 10 gap. So I think you're right in saying that potentially could have a timeout, but I think what you'll see is if he does that, that'll leave him only one timeout for the rest of the game. And this could well be a close game, so I think you'll probably find he'll ride this one out a bit longer.
Yeah, imagine, as you say, this one is poised currently for an end game, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think I'm really loving the energy of Rockets, and I want all that you need now is just the decision making at the end.
Pinnock all the way in and doesn't get the finish.
Yeah, Pinnock nearly dunked that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Newman gets a wide open look, gets himself inside Holloway. He tries to block him, doesn't get it, and Rockets
And I don't think this is the team.
If he makes this, it's good.
I don't think this is the team to trade with.
Yeah.
As Rockets now go from up 2 to down 2. That has to be an offensive foul.
Saying, as you and I were talking over the top of each other, is that shot there is the one, isn't it? It's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If Sam makes it, we're going, ooh, great shot. He misses. Other way, foul. Essex have a chance to open it up again. Oh,
yeah.
And it's team fouls.
Yeah, and from where we were, I think Reece felt he got his feet set there.
And that's one of the things that's great to watch about Reece Pinnock, and certainly for any of the younger players or players aspiring for more minutes, is that Reece has had a bit of an up and down offensive year.
Yeah.
But defensively is always dialed in. Great defender, and earns his minutes through Coach Keane's confidence in him on the defensive end.
Yeah, definitely. Top scorer for Essex.
Jazz Bain straight in, he's feeling it, and buries one. Lovely stroke from
Top
Jazz
scorer for
Bain.
Essex, Lee Hodges with 17. Matched for Rockets by Ben Dixon with 17.
Wow. Kick to the corner, it's Winter to Hodges.
Yeah.
Now to Child. Gets Pinnock off his feet. One extra pass, it's Newman, and he replies to the Jazz Baines 3 with a 3 of his own. Baines thinking about another. Takes one, it's early. He's been encouraged by his teammates to shoot it though. Can hear him saying, shoot it.
Yeah, exactly, but you're down 4, you've just got to stop, and you just throw one up. That's about the 4th time that's happened. And they've just hit a 3 against you. You've got to get a good shot. You've got to get everyone involved in the action.
Newman, under 10 on the shot clock, it's 6. He gets himself all the way in, throws it off the backboard and makes it. Nice move from Sam Newman with the shot clock winding down.
And I was just going to say, Mark, after Rockets have had such a good spell of defence, you've got to be really careful with this spell now, because if this gets back out to 10-12, it's a long mountain to come back at. So really important to manage this 97 seconds. This is the set of free throws that we just had. Sam Newman, this could be a 6th point in 30 seconds.
It's very true. The Jazz Baines 3, then followed by a Sam Newman 3, is a bit of a heartbreaker, isn't it? You get it to 3, Newman opens it up again, Baines misses his next 3, and then Newman goes to the line for 2. It's sorry, for down 1. Yeah, tough break that. This is Pinnock. He'll go up against Winter. It's Williams. He'll dial his own number and bury one from the wing. O'Shea and Williams replies with 3 of his own, and we've got ourselves an old-fashioned shootout right here.
Well, yeah. And I'm not sure this is the team
you want to do it with.
To have a shootout with.
Newman inside finds Winter. Back to Newman. He's one-on-one with Williams. 8 on the shot clock. Drives baseline, nice footwork, and it's Hodges on the follow with a tip-in. Williams going the other way now. It's really Pinnock again with the alley-oop. It's twice he's hit that on the backboard. Twice the oop's been caught and hit on the backboard there. Interesting. It's Hodges right underneath him. Perhaps just easing Pinnock out with the body. Didn't see it very well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Here's the trap, good trap by the Rockets. They should come up with it. Can you educate me on that one?
Yeah, because he garnered possession in 2 hands and then stepped back.
I thought he was straddling the line, and I don't know if that makes any difference. I think it's a tough call.
I can tell you, because I've just gone back 10 seconds. Yeah, it's...
Hodges and Newman get that
110
one
people. Patience... Oh, apologies. Dreyer. Go Josh Moore, she says.
Josh
I don't know if she means go Josh Moore or more as in W-O-R-E.
It's W-O-R-E if she hasn't written it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Josh Moore in the game for Essex. He's wearing 12. Williams hounded by Winter all the way to the rim, and there's the leak out. It's a great find from Hodges, and Newman goes with a right hand over Baines.
2 shots.
There's a foul there. It's on Pinnock. I was just keeping my eyes down here. There's a wet spot.
Showan got sandwiched on that last play.
Was driving into a lot of traffic though, wasn't he?
Yeah, just lost his footing. Hoops by Huncho says, let's go Rebels.
Keep the comments coming. I want more of them in the fourth quarter.
110 people now on this.
Yeah, let's get this going. It's going to be a good end game.
Yeah.
It's a 7-point game here, 79-72. There's 21.6 left in the quarter. We're at the bottom of the third. And O'Shoa nearly comes up with one. It should be a jump ball here, but it stays with Essex.
Yeah.
19 seconds to go. Essex should get the last look at this one.
Both teams and team fouls.
No fouls needed here from Rockets. Winton and Newman, 13 seconds to go.
Yeah,
Pinnock and
stacked up
Newman,
opposite.
under 10. High screen with Hodges, they'll use it again.
I'll go over the top of it. Yeah.
Newman loses it, 3 seconds to go. Sam's got time. Pulls up from distance. Ooh, just short on it, thought it was close.
Yeah, and credit for the defence as well, because I think with 2.8 to 6, I think there might have even been time for Sam to get one more dribble on that one, but it's quite tough when you don't have the big clocks up. You'd have to look right up. So Rockets were down 10 and now down 7 after
They
being
were also
up.
Yeah,
Exactly, after being up. So, and that's the part of this I think is tricky for the coaches to manage. Coaching the every game's going to have runs in it, isn't it? But you have to be really assured of knowing what you're going to get. Rockets in the first quarter compared to some of the play we've seen in the third is like a different team. So it'd be good to see now if Coach Keane can find the right group of guys at the right time, and those guys can actually do what they should do to get into the lead and then build a lead. One of the things I think this team could really help this team is going to be the punch at the right time. So when you know you're going up, that when you get up 4,
it's that run on, isn't it?
You know you're 4, and you've got to be able to go from 4 to 8. I remember a number of coaches been doing coaching workshops and saying, in any divisions like this, you've got to know how to build a lead, and you've got to know how to come back. You've got to know how to play well ahead, and you've got to know how to play well from being down a long way. So there's all the different ways that teams have to grow, but you can't do that unless you actually have the time to review it, and also the players that think that way and think collectively to say, how are we going to get this done?
Yep. Just going to the top of the fourth quarter here, 79-72, Essex lead it. Quick shout out for a couple of people, all the sponsors behind us.
Yeah, absolutely. Always.
All the partners that help this happen. Big shout out to the Outdoor Gym Company. Help us with the live stream. And
big shout out to kids playing ball outside now as well, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
There's what a great day as well for the first Saturday after lockdown slowly coming out.
It's a good day for outdoor hoops, this one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. My son was out there this morning with Coach Hardiman. So Essex start.
Sam Grant goes at
he's
Hodges again, a nice left-handed finish. There's the long ball, they get them.
And that's just the unacceptability of that is what Coach Keane is frustrated at.
Baines, who's made one, easily gets inside. Pinnock finds Leon Francis. Sam Grant on the cut, doesn't get the handle and throws it out of bounds.
But that's, we saw that, Mark, didn't we? Said straight away, come out, good score from Sam, and then a layup straight away. Defensive transition, individual players got to be switched on the moment there's a score. Tough matchup for Sam out here now.
Yep.
Got to cover perimeter.
Winter on the spin, gets all the way in. It's a really good move.
Ben Winter's a tough cover at this level as well.
Francis against Hodges. Good footwork from Leon, good patience, gets himself an easy two. This is Rory Winter.
7-point gap.
Yeah, maintaining in the minute Essex. This is Newman versus Pinnock. Now Hodges against Francis. He'll go to the footwork and foul from Leon Francis. I think if you let Lee Hodges get that low with a bit of footwork, you can have a long evening.
Yeah, but it's so tough to help off him as well. So I think, I think I'll be asking Leon. I think I'd be asking Leon to just try and push him further outside and then play him one-on-one. Certainly to start with.
It's that team effort to post defence as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't be easy passes, can't be easy positioning.
Yeah, and this is good basketball. You've got, coaches have got to decide. They've got the coaches have got to make stuff happen. And now you've got a 7-footer like Hodges, who's a load.
O'Showen does zone number again and makes one. We've seen O'Showen do this in crunch time. Sometimes comes up big. 5-point ball game, 84-79, 8:16 to go in the fourth. I did promise this on Twitter that I thought we'd get a good one out of this, and I think this is going to be the truth. There's Sam Newman down the lane. Off and running again, Rockets. O'Showen pulls up this time. Sam Grant on the follow, doesn't get it to go. Rockets will take possession and they've got time. 10 on the shot clock. This is Leon Francis against Lee Hodges. He won't be able to use the body there. Saved by Pinnock just off his own foot, and that one goes out of bounds. And again, it's just a little bit, isn't it? You just think, O'Showen makes a shot. Can they build a bit? They don't, as Hodges takes a seat and Ethan Price comes back into the game for the Essex Rebels.
7, and Rockets don't want to be 10 down. Interestingly, only one team foul. It's such a...
Josh Moore inside against Sam Grant, uses all the fakes.
And Mark, in those sort of situations, I was thinking Dixon will come back in because he's the leading scorer.
Toloazy finds Pinnock on the little sneak on the baseline. He can't finish. Sam Grant on the board too. He also can't finish. And another opportunity around the rim goes begging. Maybe thinking Coach Keane timeout.
This will have to be timeout time, I think. Coach Keane doesn't want to be down more than 10.
Newman finds Rory Winter, tries to find Ethan Price. 8 on the shot clock. Newman again finds Josh Moore. He goes inside. Pinnock tries to take the charge. He will be called for the block, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Always, Essex, always spacing out to the 3-point line, always forcing defences to make decisions. Always, really difficult to cover.
And there's your timeout, Matt. Coach Keane wants to talk it over. It's going to be Josh Moore, I think it was, going to the line for 2, and that would give them a chance to extend the lead to 11, and it's just in that little territory where it could get away from Reading here.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's Coach Keane saying?
I think ironically he's going to be trying to sort out a little bit of offense. They've just had 2, 3, 4 possessions in a row where they've taken really tough shots. I think he'll want to get back into the groove, find the guy that's open. So, Dixon's coming back in now, and he's leading scorer. I think him and are showing leading scorers. So you've probably got the best offensive lineup if Sam Grant stays in as well, and with his production. So it'll be interesting to see now, and I think Francis has come out a little bit of doubt between the couple of passes that him and Reece had, I think. So I think he'll sort that out. And I think defensively now, you might see something different. I'm not sure whether or not Rockets will show a quick bit of zone just to stop Essex seeing the same thing all the time. Right now, Essex look comfortable against the man-to-man defence. So here's the answer to that question. So Rockets have gone with the smallest lineup. So Tolawese goes at the 5, and now it's 4 guards.
Dixon potentially going to sat too long. He's got 17. Interesting here, Tolawese out on the floor. 4 personal fouls.
Yeah.
7 minutes to go. Bit of a gamble. Don't know if the coaches just haven't seen it or they're quite happy with it, but if he gets his 4th foul, you then have KV on 4, Tolawese on, I think he on 5 and Tolawese on...
I think if you're down 10-11, you've got to get your guys that are going to get you back into it, you know? So that's, I think, what coach is seeing.
Josh Moore makes his first 10-point ball game.
Sam Grant goes out with 12 personal in 17 minutes. Good effort on the glass as well. 5 rebounds. Index of 13.
What more do you want? Takes a seat. Tolawese is probably the one that needs to sit there. Sam Grant probably needs to stay in. This is O'Showen Williams. 11-point ball game. Skip to Pinnock. Bit more time to look at this one. Rattles in and out. Guy can't buy a bucket. This is Price over half court, defended by Baines. Tolawese having to sit back a little bit on 4 fouls. Winter thinks about dialing his own number and does, and that is a heartbreaker as he opens it up to 14. Tolawese can't defend the perimeter as much as he wants to on his 4 fouls. Winter gets loads of time to file it, and Dixon turns one down, finds O'Showen Williams, and he will make one. And O'Showen is really heating up. 3 for 3 match there, still an 11-point ball game, 6 to go in the 4th. Winter against Baines will find Ethan Price at the top. Tolawese coming to defend Price. A little bit harder defended Baines. This is Tom Child against O'Showen Williams. Really loses it on the baseline. Dixon, he will turn it over, drops it off to Jazz Baines. Needs to go ahead and score. Skips to O'Showen, he made his last one. Great shot fake. And just front rims it. Thought that one was halfway down.
Yeah, I don't think Tolawase's got the legs to get on the offensive glass at the moment. So he's got to get some stops defensively.
Winter all the way in. There's a push on the drive. Yeah, if the call was on the push, which it is, it was way before the shot. There was a couple of fouls after that one.
Looks as though Essex are going to be over the 100 mark, over the 100 points mark.
Thanks. Rockets with 3 team fouls, Essex with none.
Yeah. And some of that is the good switch.
Child goes by O'Showen with the hesitation. Jazz Baines across with the help. Four on the shot clock, have to defend the middle.
Interesting to see if Sam Newman's going to come in again soon.
Josh Moore pulls, front rims it, they've got to get a board. They do with Jazz Baines, and now there's plenty of ticks in this one. They can take their time reading, they don't have to do it all in one go. O'Showen ignores my advice and buries one anyway.
Yeah. O'Showen heard you and says, "Shut up, Mark, I'm going to bang this 3.
I'm of absolutely no use, that's why I sit in the commentator's box.
And we've got a little referee chat with
Tolawese and Price. Tolawase's gone half defensive swag, just one of his short legs pulled up. When the other one goes up, he really means business.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, watch out.
Your knowledge of players is incredible.
I know. I don't do stats or anything like that. I'm not a stats guy. Foul on Pinnock, and that'll be the 4th team foul. Again, this doesn't help Reading. They're getting team fouls with half the quarter to go. I think Essex are smart enough, they could be able to manage possessions and get themselves out of this one.
Yeah, it's interesting because you don't want the other side of it. So you don't want to be not in team fouls in a low game because you can't stop the clock and get them on the line quick enough. So
it's just early, I think, is my thinking.
Good possession. Yeah. Curly whirly.
There was a lot of spinning.
Curly whirly 1-on-1.
And I liked it.
Zone press. Here we go.
8-point ball game, 93-85. Essex still maintaining here. 4:52 to go in the quarter and the game. Pinnock snatches one back against Winter, goes all the way in with the left hand. There's a lot of contact not called and Pinnock still can't get one to go. Great move from Reese, just couldn't get the finish.
Yeah, I want to know what's at the end of that because he's beat his guy. Ethan Price is the defender. Someone else is wide open. Someone somewhere is going to be wide open on that.
Price fumbles it, they're under 10 again. Tom Child, 6 on the shot clock. Winter gets inside, defended well by Baines. Travel call.
And sub, yeah, in comes Newman.
I think it's a tough one, that.
Yeah, that is a really tough one as well
It's
because
that slowed down footwork sometimes looks a bit deceiving.
yeah, and especially with 0 step and everything in now, we're not. Anyway,
It's hard to travel now. Dixon and Moore, Ethan Price, they go screen, re-screen again. Rockets have liked that so far. Williams, who's been shooting it well in this 4, wants to buy himself some room. Finds Toloese, who nearly fumbles it. There should be someone open. Toloese just goes inside. Fouled by Winter, he will go to the line for 2.
In that ball screen there that you've got between Oshoan and Sam, just need a bit more space on that dribble. Oshoan had a real nice needle threaded pass there. It just needs a little bit more space to get Ethan Price right out and exposed.
I always think from spending time around Samit Nurazade when he was here, it's that one where both guys are out. It's not the roll guy that's open, it's someone else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come with you, there's somebody else there. It's not a bad option, but there's probably a better one.
Let's have a look at these. That's the problem for Oshoan, just getting blown by.
Rockets out and running, 6-point ball
Williams
game.
wants it.
Oshoan thinks about another one.
one.
And makes another! Oshoan Williams!
Oshoan Williams was calling at Jazz Baines from his own half. Give me the ball, give me the ball. Another stop. Rockets need another stop here. And
Newman probes inside, gets his own rebound. Killer for Rockets, but he misses another one. Dixon needs to not turn it over. It's kicked and it will stay with Rockets. And I'm getting a little bit out of breath with all this running. 93-90, 3:20 to go. If you have not shared this live stream,
120 people
who would like it, 3 minutes to go. There's a proper end game, 3-point ball game. Home seeding at stake here in the playoffs. So get your friends involved. This is Dixon with Toloese. The lift is Oshoan. They need to close out on him this time.
Good defense.
Dials his own number again. And Oshoan Williams is talking!
120 people, Mark, dialing in to watch Williams torching it from 3.
Just
and
gets
then
himself
commits a
out
foul.
and puts him on the line. Oh boy, if you have not dialed in, you are missing something special from Oshoan Williams. If live stats is up to date, which it nearly is, he's got 28. Missed free throw from Essex.
Troy Cully dialing in.
Yes, Troy. Haven't spoken to you ages. Hope you're all right. Makes the second. Hodges back in. 94-93.
Yeah.
2:57.
Interesting now to see because Hodges coming in makes them very different with Price as well.
Dixon keeping it on the dribble and probing. Gets all the way in and he's fouled by Hodges. Good patience from Dixon. He'll get himself to the line for 2.
Yeah, Teresa, you're absolutely right. Lee's mum says great game.
Indeed.
And she's probably watched about 500 games as well. Oh, Dixon gets the roll. It wasn't the roll, gets the bobble.
Home court bobble.
Yeah, doesn't sound as cool, does it?
Not really. Dixon.
Rockets take the lead.
Back up. 1.
It's the first time Rockets have led for a while, Mark, I think, in this half. Dixon on.
Finds Hodges. He's going to score that one easy. Great offense there from Essex. Excellent patience.
That's going to be tough, but Tolawese.
Baines thought about one. Patience needed. This is Pinnock in the post. Finds Tolawese. He likes the look of that one.
Yeah, but that's the first time he's taken a shot in the whole time he's been on the floor. This is where you've got to show Williams smoking from 3, and you've just got to keep letting him take them. You've got 3 prime shooters.
Good pick and roll defense. This is Winter in the corner. Newman.
Good defense by Baines. Oh no.
So lets him go by. Blows the lane.
No.
Doesn't get the rebound. Hodges right there on cue to put it in, and this one will open up to 3. 98-95. Fouled by Winter on that side. Coach Keane asking for reversals with space. Should see the ball move side to side this time. Baines finds O'Showen. Here's the spacing. Tolawese, handoff. O'Showen thinking again, gets it one more time. Follow. Tolawese! Absolutely thunderous follow from Tolawese.
Essex do a great job of finding the guy that's open. Oh, Rockets running all over the place. Come on, need to stay in it now. 1 point game.
Newman and Pinnock, 9 on the shot clock.
And
they reverse
left
it all
the
the way
guy
around.
wide open.
Need to pull one. Hodges gets another rebound. Quick inside, and they finish, and they open it up to 3 again, and hit the 100 mark.
That's the discipline. That's the discipline that they'll be looking at.
Tolawese looking for the handoff with Dixon or Williams. Just drops it off to Williams. He's going to shoot one more time. This time not made it. Timeout coming if Essex score?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, Mark. 3 down. Probably 3 possessions left. 2 and a bit.
Newman stolen away by Williams. Should be ahead of the pack to lay this one in. And he does. 2 point ball game, 40
Holding
seconds
the
to go.
timeout. No need for it. No need to foul. Another possession. Can Rockets steal this one at the death mark? Can they get a defensive stop? There's the ball screen. Offensive foul by Hodges.
It's going the other way. 27 seconds to go. Do you call timeout? Draw something up? Hodges fouls out, I think. His 5th.
Plenty of time on the clock. Yeah, I think Coach King got 2 timeouts left. He'll take one now. I'm just having a little look at that ball screen.
Timeout, Coach King.
I don't
totally agree.
I totally. You'll have a look at that one yourself, Mark, when you see Hodges in the screen there.
Yeah, sorry. This is us unprofessionally watching the replays as we're here.
Yeah, exactly. So, Rockets down
That's
1.
never a foul. Never. Okay.
Says referee.
Let's move on.
So, what a game.
This has been incredible.
This has been an absolute stormer, hasn't it?
I mean, I don't want to say I predicted it, but I did predict it.
O'Showen Williams has 33 and is 8 for 13 at 61% from 3.
It feels like he's had about 30 of them in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's 100 to 99, 27.2 seconds on the clock. As I say, this is really looking who might get a home seed between these 2 teams in the playoffs, funny enough. So wherever that is, I think we should probably go because it'll probably be a good game.
I think it might be.
What's Coach Keane? Does he just stick with his normal offense? There's plenty of time on the clock.
Well, I think what actually makes it quite hard now is when with Hodges out, Essex can switch a lot more, and they might switch 1 through 4. So it'd be interesting to see if we see a ball screen. I would imagine we'll see the ball get to Williams' hands, and you'll see him and Tolawase in some kind of ball screen action. But you might well see the ball find one more pass or out of Ashowan's hands and maybe go back inside to Tolawase, who can score over pretty much anybody in there now.
Williams should think about the 3, put it on the drive and go and score. He'll get fouled, it'll be and 1 and Rockets will go up 2.
But Essex have got a foul to give, and let's see if they use it to stop any drives.
Tolawase's played nearly 7
What
minutes
a game.
of the 4th on 4 fouls.
Els 14, what was the foul? It was called a moving screen, Els, for the record. Showing comes close to
Williams.
it. Newman in it now.
Newman and Williams. Williams on the drive, finds Baines with the step back. He's got time. They turn a good few shots down and turn it over. They turn down 2 good looks and turn it over.
Trying to thread the needle, right?
Guys who have made shots. Dixon's made shots. Baines has made shots. They both turn it down.
Yeah.
You were right, by the way, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
O'Showan finds the extra pass because of the collapse. Baines, when he stepped back to 3, in my humble opinion, shot fake, defender goes by, 1 dribble, adjust, shoot.
Yeah. And I think that would have been the shot the shot in rhythm, right? And you still have 14, you still have 17 seconds left. Yep. And if you get nothing,
Winter misses.
Okay, timeout, Coach Keane coming if he makes it.
Rockets.
He's got 1 to give.
To win
1
with
more
a
left.
3 or a 2, depending on
whatever
how
happens
goes.
here, in fact, I think, yeah. So 2 down. Now I think now you'll now see a 3. I think you'll see Ashowan come to the ball, quick ball screen.
My coaching.
And probably Baines on the far side.
Where do you lean though, right? So my coaching, this was not my black and white philosophy, but generally, home, I'm going for the tie because I think I'm better in OT at home.
Yeah.
On the road, I'm probably going for a win.
Yeah, I think if you've got someone that has made 8 threes though, or whatever he's made, 8 for 13.
Go for the win.
Why not?
Why not? I'm so glad that you're not paid to coach the team.
Yeah, no, quite right. That's why I'm up here.
Yeah, why not?
Because we could just roll the dice.
Just go for it, roll the dice.
Because it's much more fun.
Yeah.
No, I think the truth is you're absolutely right. You attack, but you have to take the shot that's given to you. Mm-hmm. And if you've got Baines with his feet set in a far corner on a 3, or Ashowan gets a good look at it, okay, you can take both of those ones, but you want to be aggressive. You want to be attacking the bucket because you want to see if you attack and you pick the ball up quick enough, you might well get and 1. And those sorts of things, you've got lots more effort, lots more opportunity to win if you're aggressive attacking the basket.
Coach Norfolk set his defensive stall out, so Essex Rebels are ready. Coach Keane doing the opposite for Rockets offense. Also, do you leave quick one before they come out? Do you leave any ticks on the clock?
Do you? Yeah, you've got to go and go quick. I think in these times,
And
you
then
don't
defend.
You don't need to wait. You just need to get the right shot at the right time. Getting a good shot. So Williams on the inbound. For those of you that can't see it, Ashowan Williams will inbound it. So watch out for him coming off the screen to Tolawase. Here it comes. There's the handoff coming.
Tolawase just turns the corner. He had the dribble but lost it. Puts it in for
Ties it
tie 6.3 to go.
Yeah. As we said, Tolawase would dribble it, fumble it, pick it up, and then make a layup.
We all knew that was happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Called it early.
Yeah, Hoops by Huncho says, Jazz's pull-up at Essex was money. Surprised he didn't shoot that from the corner. And before Mark starts wading in, you're absolutely right, because all the shooters that are watching this are going, oh, I'd have shot that. And I think he'll look back at that and go, yeah, that was a good one. I had a good look at that one. But his team's now 6 seconds to go, tied game. One defensive stop, and we go to OT, or maybe we get a quick steal, lay up on the buzzer.
You and I haven't had OT.
We haven't done OT, have we? No.
Uncharted territory.
We get paid extra.
No, well, yeah, I will. I'll get paid my hourly rate again.
Yeah. You've drunk it twice.
And in OT, I'm sorry everybody on the live stream, I can't imagine what Matt's going to say because I've never been in OT with him. So
no.
it could be bad, it could be good. Nobody really knows. 101 plays 101 at the John Medeski Academy.
I'm going to say that I think this Essex team is one of the most dangerous teams in the end of games, because they've got so many guys that have got one-on-one ability and that go to your body and that will persist you, make you foul them.
Hodges being out is beneficial to Rockets, but Essex are active, so don't be surprised if there's a miss and a tip in from Essex.
Yeah, absolutely.
No fouls to give. Rockets cannot foul.
101 all. Wow.
What a game. What a game.
Right, let's see. Will Sean Williams get a little steal here, Mark, and lay it on the buzzer? Here we go. Switched out of bounds. Newman against Williams. Stolen.
Away.
For the game. Oh!
Oh, Sean Williams.
130 people would have watched Sean Williams flick that one in for the game. Would it have counted?
Huh?
Would it have counted?
It looked close. It looked really close.
We haven't got a timer on our replay. Now, we just hope that someone puts an extra 50p in the meter to make sure we've got enough Wi-Fi and electricity.
That'll be another, generally quite old reference that some people won't
I'm
get.
thinking.
Yeah.
Even for me, that's an old reference.
Yeah. Listen, while we get ready for OT, it's 101 at the end of regulation, and we will go to 5 minutes of overtime. Thank you, everybody on the live stream, for joining us. I really appreciate the engagement. You know me. I love it being fully engaged.
We missed the end shot anyway. Cameraman was a bit excited. So that was a show, and Williams flipped it, and it, to be honest, it didn't go anywhere.
It didn't go close. We could say it got really close, but you didn't miss anything. It wasn't close.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Matt, what a game we've had.
So so if you're Coach Keane now, you've got into this, and you've got into this game. You've done well. You've got it to where you need to get it to. You're into OT. What are you thinking, Mark? You've got a couple of guys on 4 fouls, right? KV and Sam T.
Sam T. I mean, it's really interesting actually, because it's sort of, if you were talking regular season feel, this doesn't suit Rockets, right?
Yeah.
OT is a game of possessions. You can't really waste them in OT because there's 30 seconds a pop per possession-ish with stuff that happens. So you're talking 10, 12 possessions tops.
Yeah.
So they can't waste them on the offensive end. They can't afford leak outs on the defensive end in transition. So if I'm Coach Keane, I'm trying to get more of the motion set going again. More of the transition, bit of movement, and get the ball to the right people.
Yeah. So Nessa, we're really sorry the camera missed it. I think he was a bit excited about it, but you didn't miss anything. It wasn't that exciting.
Yeah,
and
I
Mick
agree.
Betts is great win Rockets. So I think his
Mick thinks it's ended.
Sharon Moore, amazing game. The stress is just too much. Come on, Essex. Yeah, we feel you, Sharon. It's been a great game. Basketball's the winner.
Yeah, Newman to Price, high-low. He'll just turn and put that in, and an easy score for
And that's the second time we've seen that from him, and I don't think Essex have used that enough, Mark. And hopefully they won't be using that. Flat screen.
Baines and Tolowazy looking to find Williams again. They'll just chase him around to not getting the ball. It's Dixon, who's scored well himself. Goes to his own crossover. Dixon again has been great this evening, and he gets another one to go. Tied at 103.
Dixon goes to 21. It's going to be this end, isn't it? It's going to be this end. Can Rockets get these stops?
They try the high-low again. Rockets jump it this time.
You can see already the coach Ross Norfolk saying he's obviously gone straight at Tolowazy. He's on 4 fouls. He can go with Ethan Price at this. Let's see what he's got. It's out on the ball screen. Tolowazy can switch that, and I think that's much better to see, because if Price stays out on that ball screen, you can switch it and it doesn't hurt you.
Again, this is possession. They've got to take their time here.
Good decisions.
Baines likes the look of that one. Ow, that one's halfway down and wants to get his own rebound. He does. Tolowazy should finish this. There's no foul there. Spinning dunk from Tolowazy, who is just so good from that position. Footwork's great.
Yeah.
Opens himself up, and it's 105-103 Rockets.
Ellie Moore's on her 3rd overtime game this week.
Price inside again, and he'll just lay one over the front of the rim. They've clearly got their MO this time. They're
interesting.
go
Good,
to Price.
good by Norfolk, finding a different way to score.
Williams now trying to find the open shooters. Somebody's got a lift there. They can't both fade to the corner. Someone's got a lift.
150 people now dialed in.
Oh, see?
We're tied.
Johnny come latelys. You've missed
You missed it
40
all.
minutes of a great game, but you've dialed in at a good time.
You've just joined the last song of the nightclub.
Williams, really tough that one. He needed to do
good
something
defense
different.
by Gray, Mark.
Absolutely,
hand
Jordan
right in
Gray,
there.
good deep. This is Child through Newman. Will they go back to this high-low?
Let's see in that curl action whether they can switch it or not.
Pick and roll
Dixon
with
goes
Dixon.
through it. Good defense on the handoffs. Well switched by Dixon and Reese Pinnett. Yeah, good defense, Mark. Yeah, great hand. Shot clock goes off. We can't hear ourselves think. Another expression that makes no sense.
Nice.
As Sam Tolawase picked up the hammer that he dropped last time.
I told you OT was going to be bad.
and he dropped another one. How
105,
clumsy.
105, 2:40 to go.
There it is, there it
Tolawase
is.
wide open, will go at Winter. Needs the kick here unless he can finish. He needs the kick. He does this time. It's Dixon who's shot it well
long.
so far. That's long. Tolawase can't call that one.
Tolawase trying to foul out.
Essex with Child, go hand off to Winter.
There's that.
Then Gray. Child again,
ball
who's been
screen,
quieter in the second half.
Well done, Dixon. Mark, this is a different Rockets defense right now. Totally different.
Could take the possession here. There's nothing doing in transition. 17 on the shot clock. Plenty of time.
Absolutely.
Pinnock and Tolawase, they'll go pick and roll. There should be a corner open. It's skipped up to Baines. Longer look this time. Back rims it, just doesn't get it to go. Can't get this leak out.
Yeah, two good shots though, Mark, right? Two really good shots. Another defense. Baines on Newman's a great matchup. Perimeter defense is much, much better. Price says not here. Price is having his way. 7 points personal in the first 2.5 minutes. 2 at the rim. Got the switch against Williams. Williams will want that, but gives it up.
Needs to be more movement. That's why they need to go back to the motion. Skip to Pinnock. Would be a good time for him to make one. Can't get his feet under it. 7 on the shot.
6.
Tolawase will go step back. It's not really his shot, and it's long this time.
Yeah,
Rockets
big
need to be
possession,
careful.
big possession. Maybe timeout Coach Keane after this one if they score, Mark.
108, 105. Essex Rebels to lead this one. They'll go back to the screen roll.
Got it. Price has been the difference in this so far.
Great hands again from Williams, and there's a foul in there, and that will put them on the line for 2, and it's on O'Shea and Williams.
And I think the frustration for that, Mark, 155 people dialed in. The frustration for that is with 4 seconds on the defensive shot clock. Essex come away with this with a chance to take this to a 2-2 possession game, which they do. Missed it. Good rebound taken. Rockets need a score, Mark.
Essex lead by 4. O'Shea and Williams all the way in. Ethan's Price stands his ground that it will. There's nobody calling it. Coach Keane asking for a foul there. Stays with Rockets. Possession arrow change. Rockets do need a score here. They're down 4. Williams.
Any score will do now, Mark. Any score on this one.
Williams spins on Winter. Doesn't get the finish. Dixon tips out. Savvy play from the Aussie vet. Baines likes another one. Misses. And this one is getting... There's a big push there. And it goes the other way, and this one might just slip away a bit. Pinnock goes flying down there to... into some
4 down.
seating. 4 down, 26.1
Pinnock
to
just
play.
4 down, and Sherwin Williams missed the important layup.
Good hands from Tolawese. And he's teched him up as well, and that might just do it. Tolawese will foul out on that one, and there's a tech. So they'll shoot 2 for the team foul.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you one for the record books as my thing's just gone off. That what's frustrating is Hodges in the game earlier is talking to the refs, frustrated, quite right too. The refs say nothing to him. Tolawese turns and says, "You can't call that." Fouls him out in his 5th foul on a touch foul, and the referee texts you straight away. That's where I think that's frustrating.
Yeah, very, very difficult, that one. So there'll be, am I right, 3 free throws, 1 technical and then 2 for the team foul?
Yeah, and that will ice this game.
Which Winter makes the first, and that's now a 5-point ball game. He's got 2 to come for the team foul. And as I say, that might just put quite an abrupt ending to this one. Winter makes the second. That's now a 6-point ball game.
Sam Newman has chipped him, led his team pretty much him with 21. Not really said his name too much either, Mark, and he's paced them. Ethan Price, quiet, 18 as well, but had a really important time there, really important for him. 18 and 8 for Ethan Price, 21 for Sam Newman.
So all 3 free throws.
24 for Hodges.
Sorry, Matt, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go.
All 3 free throws made, 7-point ball game. When we spoke really briefly before the overtime possession, when we said it was about possessions, Essex got 2 or 3 really good early possessions, didn't they?
Yeah.
Inside to Price, high-low, just simple stuff.
The two at the rim, didn't he? And iced it with a 3 as well.
And that's quite a good start. Well coached by Coach Norfolk. Clearly came out with a mindset of what they were going to do. And it worked.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's where, if he misses those and Rockets come out of that game up 5, you say that's the risk that you take.
Yep.
But you've got to trust your players to do it, because Coach Keane could have played KV or could have gone with another big to match that as well. But then Price is you're playing one-on-one on the perimeter, so you've got to kind of go with what you feel is your best group to nullify the other team both ends of the floor. But I tell you, this Essex team has done very, very well here tonight. They've scored 110, 112 points. Rockets are going to have scored over 100 and take a loss. Behind Williams 33, Dixon's 21, Sam Grant's 12, Tolawase's 18. Some good offensive performance.
Needs to score quick, really. Has to be quick. So defendo's shown well. Gray, and that will just about kill it off. They had a chance with an early score. As the seconds run out, and Essex win an absolute stormer here at JMA.
Yeah.
What a great game. Another great showing for NBL 1. My sincere thanks to everybody who joined us on the live stream. We're finishing with 153 here. A lot of Go Rebels, so thanks to the Essex fans for joining us. I know it stinks a bit at the minute that we can't travel and actually be in the same place, but very much, genuinely appreciate you joining us. Matt, I guess, regardless of the refereeing call that gets Sam T out and it changes it from kind of a
we're still a
4 or 5
close
point game and then makes it 8. I don't think that is the changer.
No, not at all. That Rockets are 4 down at that time, and they needed to make. They were either going to foul or trap something. So, and the guy dribbles away from him, and Sam goes from behind. It's frustration. I don't think the technical's needed, but at the same time, you turn around and speak to a referee direct, and that's what's going to happen. I think that was just more of a sign of frustration where Rockets have got themselves into a really good situation, but. Mark, the many faces of this Rockets team we see again, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And anyone watching them now thinking they could put up 105 against Essex, thinking we must be have some offence in there, but equally can have 112 scored on them. So as we all, the few people are around, give each other a round of applause, which is another new COVID thing. But yeah, I would say there's learning everywhere from this. This team still looks as though it's got a lot more to give, and it's strange coming at the end of the season, going into the playoffs, to say there's some better performances. Good to see Sam Grant carrying on his return mark as well, to his performances as well. So that's been really, really good.
Yeah, it almost feels like, and I guess because the broken season is a bit like this, that if this is what we were seeing in December, you go, okay, by the time March comes around and April, I'll feel better about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But this is sort of, like you said, the many faces of Rockets, what we're seeing right before playoffs. So I guess if Coach Keeney's probably hoping his team are a bit further along in the season than everything else.
Absolutely. And have a look at it as well. You've got Leon Francis early season is averaging 20 and 10, and then Jazz Baines is coming in and shooting the lights out, and then you have Reese goes for 30 I think against Hemel, Sam Grant goes for big numbers in a few games, and then others. Dixon has scored in one game, maybe 15, 17, goes for 21, 23 today and looks like a different player, And Chuck Duru has come into games and had 10, 12, 8 to 12 points, and not so much in the last couple of games. So they've got so many variant performances that to select the right offense and the right system is actually very challenging. So that's quite tough to do. And on the other side of that, Ross Norfolk's situation is a little bit more simple. You've got two quality bigs, you've got a bunch of guards that can really get after it, that will all shoot it when they're open, and if they're knocking them down, they're an absolute wildfire team to try and stop. And particularly underrated in their one-on-one individual offense and individual defense. I think they're doing a really good job, S&C program, clearly, because they're low in their stance, physically strong, able to maintain contact and stay on balance. So I think a really interesting game, very, very interesting to see, and another really enjoyable one, mate.
Yeah, loved it. Again, massive appreciation for everyone joining us in the live stream. Just leaves me to say, I hope everyone has a great evening, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the weather. Yeah. And we'll be back perhaps at Essex or depending. I think that's probably them at home now, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Matt. Thank you for joining me.
Pleasure, as always, mate. Great to see you. Lovely to spend time with you.
See everyone again soon on the stream.
And if anyone does drop a hammer, just be careful.
All right. Time for the producer to cut the show now. All done.